put mine on my pocket this time.
Nice.
Excited about that.
Sick.
I don't know where you want to put it. Wherever.
Stick
you
mine
is
here.
Great. Excuse me. All right, you printed it, so you lead the meeting.
Well, I kind of grazed through what you had been talking about with ChatGPT. Is it Brad, or is it? There's a different one.
Brad is my big picture. Aaron is my day-to-day operations. So with Aaron, it's like, oh, I've got Carlo. It's a job that I have right now.
Mm-hmm.
I need to figure out from the customer what they need to send me their refrigerator. And I kind of got to think through what else I need them to send me because I know I need the refrigerator, but let me have less times that I ask them for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So let me try to think through everything I need from them. And then I pull stuff that I've made in Brad to, hey, look, this is everything I have from this customer so far. What else do I need? What's the next step of what I need from them, Aaron? Based on something I made with Brad, Aaron will tell me what to actually do.
Gotcha.
So Brad is like, yeah, with Brad, I come up with systems. With Aaron, I execute on those systems.
Okay.
That's kind of how that works. Separate from that, I've got Bob and Larry now. Because of VeggieTales and Big Idea. Yeah. And with Bob and Larry, anytime I have a fun thought like this, our gas station thoughts, that would just go into Bob and Larry because it's not really something I'm focused on. I'm not trying to build a system there. It's just like a fun little thought exercise.
Yeah.
But if it can graduate from Bob and Larry to actually be something helpful for Brad to actually, like, because Brad right now is a TCG system. Aaron right now is a TCG system. Bob and Larry evaluates my ideas to see if they should become Brad or Aaron systems.
Okay.
But it's like gas station stuff. Doesn't really have anything to do with TCG right now.
Yeah.
Not to say I'll never do anything with it, but it's just, it doesn't need to live in Brad and muddy up my Brad stuff because it's just a fun random idea.
Yeah.
Right now, Nomad is sitting in Bob and Larry.
Okay.
But eventually, I would make a Brad and Aaron for Nomad. It's Brad TCG, Aaron TCG. Maybe eventually I'd make a Brad Nomad, a Brad or an Aaron Nomad. Maybe, but I don't really like. I'm still in the. I've developed this system like 3 months ago, so I'm not like married to it. It's not necessarily what it's going to look like 5 years from now or 1 year from now or whatever. But it's currently how it works in my brain.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a little side tangent.
No, that's fine. Cool. Well, we had.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That we can have. I have a video on Shoot from the Hip. That is me. It's for you. I made it
Nice.
2.5 years ago. It's about a podcast location at the train station, and you could put the camera on one side of the train tracks, and we'd be talking on the other side of the train tracks, and then maybe in the middle of a podcast episode, the train goes right through. I just think it'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And maybe we would even, I don't know, I just came up with this right now. Maybe we'd like hide after. So it's like, where'd they go? The Rapture.
Yeah.
Something funny. Anyways. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Again.
You're good. We were talking about yesterday working the system backwards.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is kind of laid out. I like how they kind of broke it up in different phases.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. I think that helps kind of us narrow down different processes. Like once we kind of get into the nitty gritty, like we could realize with the customer phase 1, was garbage, but we somehow still got the customer.
Yeah.
And then phase 2, we're actually really good at that. Phase 2 is great. And then phase 3, like, has some things going for it, some things not going for it.
Yeah.
So.
And right now I've tested phase 1,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't, and I've come up with what to actually do in phase 2 and phase 3. Actually, I've tested phase 1 and phase 2.
Okay.
Realistically. Phase 3, I haven't actually executed on anything,
Mm-hmm.
but we can. Like, I just think that's the easy part. The hard part to me is actually like coming up with a plan, communicating that to the customer, making them feel like we're on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then phase 3 is going to go kind of poorly at first, but you're going to refine it. Like, it's going to fix itself.
Yeah.
Right now, in order to even get to phase 3, we got to have a good phase 1 and a good phase 2.
Yeah.
And right now, phase 1, I already have a ton of leads coming in. I have done first responses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a customer evaluation form yet, but that's what we've been talking about. I haven't really gathered anything here to actually do an internal review. Although with Seth, it's like I found him as a lead. We set up a meeting, so we skipped some of this customer evaluation form. But some of this would have been helpful because it turns out with Seth, he was expecting like 12 grand for everything. And I was telling him, hey, it's 16 grand for just my custom cabinets. Not
That's
even
for
including for one unit, not even including all the demo that needed to be done and all the other stuff. So,
And he was expecting 12 for both or 12 for one?
12 for one, but that would include demo and touch-ups and cabinet install and finish.
Okay. And this number was for modular, right?
So when we first talked about it, the first numbers I gave him, it was, hey, I wish I had it in my backpack. I'll show it to you the next time. It was, okay, Seth, I met with him. I looked at the property with him. It was clear what we wanted to do. I got him this rough estimate number for just modular cabinets built and installed. That's what this 12 grand number was. And I'll tell you eventually how I got to that number. I got to this number of what it would be for my custom line. Just the cabinets built and installed. That doesn't include demoing everything that needed to be demoed. That doesn't include when you demo, you damage the walls. And so you got to touch little stuff up. There's always a problem. Maybe you got to move the gas a little bit. And it's not like it's that hard, but you do need to like get the gas hooked up through the cabinet and all that. Yeah, I'm going to write demo, touch up, cabinets, and finish. So I was saying it's 12 just for this step. I was saying it's 16. This is with modular and this is with custom. I was saying it's 12 just for this step because this is what I do.
Yeah.
I was saying it's 16 just for this step with custom because that's what I do.
Yeah.
But if I had known up front, hey, look, you're hoping to not spend more than 12 grand this go around. It's like, well, I'm probably not your guy. You maybe just want to get someone to go sand and paint your cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not as good as this. It's not as good as this. You're kind of putting a Band-Aid on it. But your budget is such that you can't afford this and you can't afford this.
Mm.
Your timing was such that you can do this and you could do this. It was harder to imagine how to accomplish this. But I was out of your price range.
Yeah.
And we never actually talked about it.
Mm.
Like, I sent him stuff again, this is hard to film on my phone because it's like I want to show you stuff on my phone,
Yeah,
texts and emails and stuff like. But it's probably better because we don't need to get caught up in the details. But
yeah.
I sent him responses, eventually telling him that for all of this, it was 17 something
For modular.
for modular, including demo, touch-ups, cabinets, and finish up.
Okay.
Like start to finish, this is where we were per unit. And I don't remember, it was 17,000 something. And then I told them, hey, I can save you $2,000 on some of the overlap stuff. I picked a really good word. ChatGPT helped me pick a really good word. I can save you $2,000 on some of the overlap stuff. So the total for both is something like 32,000, and I'm saving you $1,000 on each one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to do them both at the same time, that would actually be better. But that's what the price is.
Yeah.
And it was a sales tactic. And to be honest, it was like what I was making on each one was probably at this number, I was making less than this
For each job.
at this price.
Okay.
At this price, I was probably making total close to something like that.
Okay.
So it was like I was giving up a little bit to try to get his price down, and I wasn't making Chino take a lower price or anything like that. But I was only making this much, and it's like even just in the planning of all of this stuff, I probably sunk 30 hours into it.
Jeez.
But it's because I'd never actually done it before. But now that I've done it, it's like this actually takes like 10 hours.
Yeah. I was going to say, for 10 hours, like, that's a great rate.
It's a great rate.
Yeah.
But you got to set up the system in order to be able to shrink this to 5 to 10 hours.
Okay. So are you confident now that because you have like done the planning for this and this and this, it took you this, but can you already identify areas that can get you closer to this number?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of it is, like we talked about before, some of our customer evaluation forms would help us not waste this 30 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't feel like the 30 hours is wasted, but I didn't get a financial compensation for the 30 hours I spent.
Yeah,
If
because
makes sense.
that 30 hours was you trying to figure out
different stuff.
Different
I
stuff,
met
like-
with Chino. I met Seth over at the project. I sat in front of my computer pulling numbers and coming up with estimates. And there's just a lot that goes into this that you can create systems to just poop out everything that I eventually gave to Seth. You just need to make those systems first.
Yeah.
So realistically, we're going to need to spend like 100 hours setting up the systems that cause this whole process per job to only take this long for any job that we actually do,
Mm-hmm.
and only take this long for any job that we determine is not a customer that is going to work out for us in the end.
Yeah.
So after 1 hour, I want to decide, yes, let's keep talking, or no, we can't. And it's going to take some trial and error to get accurate stuff on that.
Yeah.
But then once we are like, yep, you're going to, and however that is, whether we need to make them pay a deposit so that they actually will follow through, whatever it is, eventually it's like, yeah, it takes 5 to 10 hours to get a fully flushed out plan for somebody.
Yeah.
And then when I'm only marking up this much, it's like, well, yeah, because we spend all the time and energy to shrink the time it takes down to so short.
Yeah. And we should be able to use this information, plug it into Aaron or whoever.
Mhm.
Kind of like we were talking about the other day with my job, is it's faster for me to do a lot of the things because I just know what I'm doing, how to do it, and how to just look at it and see.
Yeah.
But with like numbers and all that stuff, with modular, it sounds like there's more consistent
There's
rates.
a lot of
like,
data.
yeah, like
Yeah.
we know Chino's price is always going to be this per hour or whatever it is. And so we
then
could take,
what these hours are, it's just working on the stuff that we plug into our established systems. That's
Mhm.
why it still takes 5 to 10 hours, because you still need to like make sure you have a drawing that's accurate. You
Yeah.
still need to make sure that you have information from the customer as to what's actually important to them about this kitchen remodel. Like, so
Yeah.
you need some, this is just data collection.
yes,
The systems that we spend these hours actually building is just to decipher what the data is that we collect
hmm
that gets fed through this, to then be able to, because part of this is like you got to be able to communicate it to Chino.
yeah,
You got to be able to communicate it to CSS.
yeah,
You got to be able to communicate it to whoever's going to go pick up the cabinets from CSS, because with CSS, that's part of the process, is you got to pick up the cabinets. It
Yeah.
kind of sucks. Maybe we go through a different company because they offer delivery, but it's just like right now, that's the CSS thing. It's like
Yeah.
we save, it's half price through CSS as opposed to Cabinets to Go. Cabinets to Go handles delivery. So maybe that's a reason to go through Cabinets to Go, but it doesn't, at this point in time. The important part is we're trying to come up with what do we do with
Mhm.
our actual time that we can't escape from it.
Yeah.
What do you do at your job to actually get through phase 1 and through phase 2?
Yeah.
And that's what this 100 hours is about, is we got to spend time and energy and effort to actually create the systems and create the process to get through this, so that when it gets to phase 3, where the cabinets are ordered, the Chino's assembling them, the job site is being prepared, the install actually happens, and the customer gives us the punch list and they're happy and sign our final check. Like, that's the easy part.
Yeah.
From my perspective, that's the easiest part, because if I have a good plan, I can just, it doesn't have to be Chino.
Yeah.
It just has to be somebody that can execute on the good plan that we came up with.
hmm
But what we want to get paid for is to help people come up with a good plan.
Yeah.
And realistically, that's what we're spending all this time doing. There's other people who already have good system, but it's like we're building a new one.
Yeah.
For a new type of, like, we've identified a problem, and we're building a new system.
Yeah.
This whole thing, a quick little side tangent, is much closer to a business like Grant Kahn's, his pressure washing business.
hmm
This business plan is closer to his.
Okay.
And that's exciting to me for a few different reasons. He only needs a certain amount of customers per week. I only need a certain amount of customers per year with custom cabinets. With this, it's like we would be able to figure out pretty quickly, based on our prices and ability to output, because that's part of this, is like you do need to find people who can accomplish the plan that you make.
Yeah.
And maybe you can only find one person that can accomplish the plan that you make. But eventually it's like you raise your prices because you have too much demand to actually get to phase 3.
hmm
And then you have less demand. So it's like, once we get the whole system set up, then it's just tinkering and spending more time here. The next 100 hours after we invest this and are starting to do this, the next 100 hours that we spend is to actually just refine the whole thing that we set up. So this is to create the system,
hmm
this is to use the system, and then this is to fix the system.
Yeah.
And then that's a business.
Absolutely.
So, did you look at what I said in ChatGPT? GPT. You didn't even look at that.
Yeah, I looked at that.
Chat gave me like one version of the process, and then I just expounded upon the process, and then it gave me the second version of the process.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped because I was like, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Like, stuff is gonna come out in this where, yeah. But right now, let me look at these final questions on the last page. Messenger response template, customer evaluation form. The customer evaluation form is step 3. I'm gonna write it down. This is in number 1. Customer evaluation form is in number 3. Internal review checklist. I don't know where that is. Oh, that's number 4. Preliminary package template. That is number 5. Started to just list my steps.
Well, they skipped step 2, but yeah.
Timeline system. I don't know what that means.
Person system is 5.
Timeline is part of step 3. Well, really, the timeline system.
Preliminary package, I think.
We need to be able to tell a customer during the first meeting, like, basically, I want to have something like this 12-step process that I can show the customer on the front end. So I can show them, hey, look, we're up here. And I would generate leads and first response and customer evaluation form. It would be like after we actually have our internal review, now we're on to phase 2, which is like after I give them a preliminary package. During step 6, I want to be able to give them the timeline for the rest of the project. Everything before step 6 is internal. Everything after step 6, I need to communicate with the customer. Hey, look, we kind of have your preliminary package. What we need to do next is we need to get everything that's here in step 6. We need to verify the measurements. I need to review the layout with the customer. I need to confirm all of your selections. And then we need to discuss this and figure out, is TCG doing this, or are you having someone else do this? Are you doing this yourself?
Yeah.
And if you are doing this yourself, this is what I need from you. And I won't start my new, like, back to the top, demo touch-ups. It's kind of a 4-step process. After we get to step 6, I'm just telling them, like, hey, we need to finish planning, and then demo and touch-ups need to happen before my cabinets go in. I can handle these 2 things for you. But this is what we really do. You might be able to find someone cheaper than our company because this is what we specialize in.
Yeah.
I would be subbing out this other stuff for you. And I can do that for you, but I do the prices I've given you so far, or I give them 2 prices. I give them a cabinet price, and then I give them a full package price.
Yeah.
And I can do the finish ups for you because it's like cabinets and countertops. Like, I'm simplifying it to one word, but it's like at step 6, I need some sort of visual for them to tell them what the timeline is.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe is what we're talking about with this one. So I'm just going to write step 6, job site responsibility checklist. This is kind of part of step 6 of like what I need to, like, who is the GC. That's kind of part of step 6, is I need them to tell me who is the GC. That's part of, like, I'm going to write it right here. Who's responsible for the GC? If it's you, customer, this is what I need to have done before I can come in.
Mm-hmm.
If it's me, customer, don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it until I ask you the right questions at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
If it's you have your own GC, customer, that's great. This is my checklist of what the GC needs to do. That's what this last question is. This is my checklist of what the GC needs to do for us to actually be able to get into phase 3 of executing.
Okay.
So the only two things is I think we could pull it off with one meeting. Maybe this is 2 meetings, but we can talk about that. And then a third meeting in step 7.
Okay.
To actually collect, they sign. Like, third meeting is just for them to sign off on the plan that it only took us steps 1 through 5 plus 2 meetings to accomplish.
Yeah. Which I feel like if we get to this point, like, would you think that at that point it's pretty sure that we're going to get the job?
I would say we need to guarantee that we get the job if we're going to let someone get to this point.
Okay.
At least a 90% conversion rate.
Yeah.
Because everything that happens above this is to evaluate whether or not we're actually going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to do this if it doesn't result in jobs. And the first 3, the first 10 maybe,
Mm-hmm.
we might not have a 90% conversion rate. But that's what the goal of after our first 100 hours, that's the goal of the next 100 hours, is to eliminate all of the factors that suck on phases 1 through 12.
Yeah.
First 100, we're just setting up a system. Then we're going to start doing the system. Then the next 100 hours is actually fixing the broken parts of the system.
Yeah.
Because it's just easier to fix something that exists. But we're going to do our very, very best in this top 100 hours to actually make something that works and makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you really think about it, 100 hours, that's 2.5 weeks of work.
Yeah.
We can be here in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's 100. It's 100 hours total. It's not 100 of. It's not 200 hours because 100 of yours 100 miles. It's not. It's not what it is.
Yeah.
It is 100 hours.
Yeah.
It's just not that many hours.
Yeah. It's.
And then these numbers fit into this fit into your workday.
Yeah.
And then this is just fits into, maybe parts of it fit into your workday, parts of it fit into this, parts of it fit into dedicated work time.
Mm-hmm.
Here maybe you've got some work from home type of situations going on for you in the future, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But I just am not it's not it's easy.
Yeah,
it really is easy. So as far as this is concerned, what time is it?
It's 1 o'clock.
Okay, 1 o'clock. Let me see how long we've been recording. 30 minutes already. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
All right. So let's be done by 1:30.
Okay.
We could be done now if you feel like you're ready to be done. But if you feel like we're just getting started, we just keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay. So I think that this is what I want to do. I want to go through this in order instead of reverse order.
Okay.
Because it's easier.
Sweet.
But when we actually start refining it, it's like a way to actually come up with the right systems is if we get maybe the backwards method is what we do in this second 100 hours.
Okay.
Where it's we just work from the back to the front of why aren't our customers happy?
Yeah.
What's going wrong in step 11 or earlier that our customers are not happy?
Yeah.
And then once we kind of answer that question, it's why is our install not going very well?
Yeah.
Why is it so complicated? What's not going well in step 1 through 10? And then again, for step number 10, our job site wasn't very prepared. Where is the disconnect before that? Why our job site isn't that prepared? Our cabinet assembly is it's not running on time.
Yeah.
What is happening before then that's causing this to not run on time? our cabinets are not being ordered fast enough to meet the deadlines that we've set for our customers. Why is that happening?
Yeah.
Final proposal. Hey, they didn't sign my final proposal. What is happening upstream from this that's causing this to fail?
Yeah.
In-home consultation. Hey, I'm not getting any in-home consultations. What is happening above this that's causing me to not ever actually make it to a meeting?
Mm-hmm.
And right now the answer to that question is my Messenger. I've got a bunch of people in Messenger that I don't know what to do with.
Yeah.
That's what we need to figure out.
Yeah.
Preliminary package. Hey, why is my preliminary package not communicating well enough to the customer the things that are valuable to them? Why is this taking me 40 hours to create a preliminary package per customer? It can't take that long. This needs to take me 5 to 10 hours maximum.
Yeah.
Why is this taking so long? Over here, if I'm working in reverse, internal review. Why am I failing in my internal review to actually identify whether or not I should, why am I not getting enough information above here to actually have an accurate internal review? Above this, customer evaluation form. Why aren't my customers filling out my customer evaluation form?
Yeah.
Is the problem because when I'm responding to them, I seem like a robot? Is the problem why they're not filling out my customer review form because it's too long? Why aren't they filling this out?
Yeah.
First response. Why am I not giving them a first response? Why am I having trouble actually being willing to talk to the leads that are coming in?
Yeah.
Is it because I'm not? Is it because I'm not getting the right kind of leads? Is it because I don't actually want to be in this business? Is it because, what is the reason I'm not actually responding well in this?
Yeah.
Why am I not getting leads? How do I get leads?
Yeah.
So once we kind of have a rough draft of everything, that's when I think we would work backwards.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the plan.
Cool.
I think probably the best thing to do is to use this sheet as a reference point to talk about something in these bullet points. And maybe you decide next what you want to talk through, because all of it needs to get talked through.
Yeah.
And we only have 30 more minutes.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like you kind of mentioned, why not start from the top? Messenger response templates is step one. I was reading through are you cool with that?
Yeah,
okay,
I don't care.
Okay. I was reading through your interaction with ChatGPT, and something that Chat had said was essentially that you called out was not having something too robotic. We don't want to just send them a form the second that we get a inquiry. Actually having a conversation with a human, people want to do that. So I think that also builds some level of rapport with the person, because that's when the trust starts. If they don't trust you on Messenger, they're not going to fill out the form.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to fill out the form. We're not going to be able to do the internal review and stuff like that. So,
what does the question say? Or what's the bullet point
it's title? Messenger response templates. Yeah, Messenger response templates.
Okay. So I think the important the important points on here is start we want to start a customer relationship, and then we also want to have something in the interaction needs to determine whether or not it's even a quick job scope. Actually, what does the paper say? Before I rewrite the paper, what does it say on the paper?
First
Facebook
response.
Marketplace, Facebook posts, referrals, websites. It doesn't really like, oh, okay, first response. Yeah. Respond personally, build trust, explain the next steps, send customer evaluation form. Yes. So as part of that, we're trying to leave a good first impression is one of the initial like important things. We're trying to get out of them before we send them the customer form, before we send them our first Google form, we're trying to get out of them just like a quick job scope. Because if it's like, oh, I want my plumbing replaced, it's like, well, that's not really what we do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really sorry, we're not a plumbing company, we're a kitchen specialist company, and we specialize specifically in getting you cabinets and counters. Like, we need to make sure that our mission statement can be understood. Maybe not understood, but like a quick touch on it.
Yeah.
Like we just need to make sure that what they're asking for is something that we actually even do. Because if they're asking for, hey, I need help getting my laptop set up, that has nothing to do with our company.
Yeah.
And part of that is like your ad needs to make sense. Like your ad needs to be clear what it is you actually do, what it is you actually service, who it is you actually can help.
Yeah.
Because that's like, quick job scope. And then realistically, we also need to get them to answer the question, what have you already done? Like, where are you at in the process? What process do you think you're following, and what have you actually done? So part of that is like, do you have a contractor? Are you shopping? Are you price shopping? Or planning? Yeah. Do you have a contractor? Are you using a contractor? Are you your own contractor? Are you just price shopping because you've already gone through the process with someone across the freeway? Or I guess they're over here. Have you already done stuff with Channel City Lumber?
Yeah.
Have you already done stuff with your contractor and he's already given you prices? Like, what are you price shopping, or are you still in the planning phase? Because we have a big, long process to get through the planning phase. And even if you are just price shopping, we still have to go through that process.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be faster, but we still are going to have to plan no matter what. But I just want to know, how much do I need to plan? Yeah.
And maybe a question in here too is, maybe it's not in this step, maybe it's in another step, like what type of residency it is. Like, is this your house? Is
That's
this
a great,
is it a house? Is it an apartment? Is it a rental property? Is it a rental property that your grandma owns and you manage it? Whose pocket is the money coming out of?
Who uses the kitchen? Who's paying?
Yeah.
And to be honest, what that might look like is the first response is something like, oh my gosh, so glad you stumbled upon our ad. Or I'm so glad you found us. Super excited to hear about your project. If you don't mind, I have just a couple of upfront questions just to make sure that we head in the right direction. Like, that's a bad way to phrase it. I don't know exactly how to phrase it yet. We need to come up with, I don't want it to be copy and pasted, but I want it to be a template that you edit for, hey, Ruth. So, like, I'm stoked to talk. I don't know what their next line is, but like, we got to come up with a template.
Yeah.
For that first response. And then it's like, once we know what we need from them, every question I'm trying to answer before I actually even send them the form, then it's easier for it to just be a conversation.
Yeah.
But as long as we've got a good first message and we know what we're trying to get out before we send the form, that's all we need.
Yeah.
From my perspective, that's all we need. Do you think we need anything more than that?
No. Yeah, I think that's great. Do you think that this conversation would be better over texting or over the phone?
I don't really know or care.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think it could be something worth trying. Like if we get 2 leads, one person we're going to communicate with them over text, and the other person we're going to communicate with them over the phone. Because there's some people that are like, I want to hear your voice because that helps me trust you more.
Absolutely.
And other people are like, I get nervous talking on the phone, so I don't want to talk to you because I also don't know you, so let's chat over text or whatever. But maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's like, you know what, with these types of customers, it's better to just message them.
Yeah.
And then we don't talk to them until we don't give them the benefit of talking to us until we get to step 6.
So up to this point, until you mentioned phone call, the plan was to go from message to then send them a form.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to introduce through Facebook, like through Facebook Marketplace,
Mm-hmm.
because that's where, and we would develop this system for no matter where the lead comes in, we'd be able to have the system in place.
Mm-hmm.
I like phone calls. I'm good at phone calls.
Yeah.
It's easy for me. I don't know if you like phone calls, if that's easy for you. Maybe if you had a good list of every question you're trying to get answered and it was a simple form and you just quickly jot down the information.
Mm-hmm.
And that would just take practice. Messaging is easier when you're at it, like when you need time to think through every response.
Yeah.
But after you know how to do it in this without turning your brain on, really, this is easy.
Yeah.
But it would still be, if we got something from Facebook, it would be start the customer relationship and maybe one question, and then they respond. And then you say, hey, would love to jump on a call. Can you send me your phone number?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the evaluation of, does this actually make sense? Because how many people are actually going from messaging us to actually talking on the phone with us?
Yeah.
Does eliminating this step and just getting to the form step where they have to give us their phone number, does eliminating the phone call before they fill out my form, because in the form they're going to have to give me their phone number and then I can call them.
Yeah.
But if I'm asking them to call me or them to send me their phone number so I can call them ahead of me actually getting a little bit of this out of the way, maybe they're more weary. And I don't know the answer to that. This is just like, like I'm assuming some stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I probably I'm more this person.
Totally.
I think this is fine.
Yeah.
But kind of like you said, if I had just messaged someone and within 5 minutes they're asking for my phone number, I'm not going to give someone over Facebook Marketplace my phone number.
Probably not.
Unless I found this person on their website.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Facebook...
But if they're finding us through their website, they're going to give us their email and phone number in order to even get in contact with us.
Yeah.
You need help with your kitchen? Send us a little information blurb on your thing, where I don't even need to message them on the front end.
Yeah.
I'm just getting them from here to here, or really realistically from here. I'm getting them to here without this.
Yeah.
This would be through a website.
Yeah.
But there's going to be different ways to be able to make this first contact with the customer. But right now, I just am thinking through Facebook because it's already what I've got a bunch of people through. But Facebook is probably the worst place to find leads.
Yeah.
It just happens to be a place where I have 5 leads. It's like, well, frick, what do we do with them?
Yeah.
But once you get past this, once you get past step 2, the rest of it's all the same. It's just phase 1 and 2 that gets us to phase 3, and we can have different ways to get people to phase 3.
Yeah.
But for now, sure, Facebook, we can come up with other ways, website. Insta.
And if we run an ad, in the ad itself, there could be a form that they fill out that, without even talking to them, they're already giving us with an ad, we could skip this, essentially, skip it, and go here. We get the evaluation form. They give us their phone number, and that's when we can give them a call and say, hey, you filled out this form. Just want to hear a little bit more about your project. And I guess that's when we would go backwards.
And that's where eventually Facebook is not where I want to get my ads from.
Yeah.
Or not where I want to get my leads from. Where I really want to get my leads on our tiered system is I want to help people on a free level actually step up into this, which is my second level, which is everything step 1 through 5 is my, step 1 through 5, it could be its own product.
Yeah.
And if they want to jump up to this next step, it's a little bit more expensive. If they want to jump up to this next step, it's even more expensive. If they like, this would be, hey, I can help you plan even if you don't use us for cabinets, but you are going to pay me $100 to let you fill out my form.
Yeah.
And $100 for me to take that form and give you something helpful and useful that you can hand to your contractor.
Yeah.
We can sell something on this level. And realistically, that's why it makes sense to even develop this system in a nice way.
Yeah.
Is because once we have it and it works, we just package that and sell that. It's like, but it all starts with that free stuff. And if someone's going to get here, I want most of the people to have found us through our free little help. Like, hey, yeah, it's kind of crazy getting there's so much stuff to plan. You got to plan out, and you just overwhelm them with all the things that you need to plan out. It is really difficult. One of those things that you had to figure out was refrigerators.
Yeah.
What refrigerator do you actually want? Well, to be honest, all the refrigerators are kind of the same. And if you have a 36-inch opening and it's like for a rental, you can just kind of have your standard fridge will fit in there, because the standard fridge, it's like 34 and an eighth of an inch.
Yeah.
So if you just kind of get a 36-inch cabinet for this little section, your standard fridge will fit in there.
Yeah.
And on that note, you can put a panel on the side or not put but that's for another video. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
That would be in my free section.
Yeah.
And they would actually figure out that they can elevate my ladder by finding me in that free section. But that's if we wanted to talk about cabinets for the next 10 years. But yes, absolutely. Once they elevate to our next level, that's where we need to start a real customer relationship. And really the customer relationship in the free thing, it gets started and they already trust me because I've helped them for free already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Cool.
Let's look at this section real quick. Start customer relationship, a quick job scope. What have you done so far? Do you have a contractor? Are you price shopping? Are you planning? Who uses the kitchen? Who's paying? Right now, let me pretend to text you. Hey, I really need cabinets for my kitchen. Would love to get some prices from you. I'm trying to figure out if I want to have someone do it or if I'm just going to go through IKEA. Like, what's a good first response? Like the very first response. Pretend my name is Jane.
Just be like, hey Jane, thank you so much for reaching out. Excited to hear more about your project and what you're hoping to get out of it. Can you tell me a little bit more about your project? Is it just a new kitchen?
You mentioned IKEA. Have you already done their kitchen planner?
There you go.
Do you have anything from them already? Do you have any drawings or anything already?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great first response because you're responding to what she said.
Yeah.
It's clear you're a person.
Yeah.
You're not a robot.
Yeah.
That would be like one of the big priorities in the very first text response would just be like, I'm a real person. I want to help you. Let me know where you're at.
Yeah.
But then for the rest of it, it's like, so in that text that you just sent me, I'll tell you my response. And you just make sure that you, in this hypothetical conversation, make sure that we cover all this stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm just going to let you. Okay, let's start over.
All right.
I'll text you and you text me. I'll text you first.
Okay.
Hey, I'm so glad I stumbled upon this. I really need kitchen cabinets. I don't know if I want to like redo my whole kitchen or if I at least just need more storage. I think I just want to put some extra cabinets, just add to my existing cabinets.
Okay. Thanks so much, Jane, for reaching out. Sounds like you're still trying to figure out where you're wanting to go with this project. What's your current setup look like? Do you have a bunch of extra space in your kitchen that you want to add more cabinets to? Are you... Yeah, that's what comes to my mind.
That's great. I send you a picture of my kitchen. And I have a little hand-drawn something in the corner of that kitchen that's like, yeah, I think I just want to add a big pantry over there.
Cool. Where in the process are you at with that? Have you looked at other contractors? Have you looked at stuff online? Are you price shopping? What are you kind of looking at right now?
Are you doing it yourself?
Are you? Yeah.
Part in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just kind of starting. I just kind of decided to look on Facebook to see. I was looking for furniture to fit my needs, but then I saw your thing and was just interested. Hey, maybe I want to. I'll just have somebody build the real thing. And then I also kind of thought of doing IKEA, but I haven't looked into IKEA at all.
Okay. This is why texting is good for me right now, because
absolutely.
I have
absolutely. Yeah.
Where would you go in that process? Because he's like, oh, I don't
remember what our steps are. We've done this. We've established this.
Mm-hmm.
We've figured out a quick little job scope. We have done that.
Mm-hmm.
What have you done so far? We have asked this question. I know they don't have a contractor. I know that they're not price shopping or planning. I've kind of derived that it's her kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of get that sense. You don't necessarily need to ask it outright. And we kind of have this sense too. I think you kind of answered all that stuff.
Okay.
That was good enough.
Yeah.
We established that we're a real person and that we want to help you.
Mm-hmm.
We've established that we can help you because we've asked you thoughtful questions already. And then there needs to be some transition text where it's like, maybe it's a quick explanation of our mission statement or like a quick explanation. Quick explanation of our services.
Yeah.
And we need to come up with what this is.
Yeah.
Because everything up till now, it is kind of just like, you got to kind of wing it a little bit.
Yeah.
A quick explanation of our services. And if that interests you, fill out our form. And this can be copy and paste.
Yeah.
We just need to come up with what the right words and the right order are of what the quick explanation of our services are. Hey, it sounds like we might be a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
This is generally how we do things. We have cabinet. We've got a wide variety of cabinet options that we build and install for our customers. If customers need some other general contracting services, we have some options for that, but we can talk about that eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Something that diverts, like, hey, we do cabinets and countertops. We do other stuff, and I can help you figure out the other stuff, but really what our bread and butter is cabinets and countertops. We need to communicate that well in this first part of the statement.
Yeah.
The next part of the statement is We'd love to help you with your planning process. If you don't mind filling out our first form, and maybe we have 2 forms. Maybe it's like if they fill out our first one, then they get to fill out our second one.
Yeah.
If you fill out our first form to kind of give us a good starting point, I can send you more information based on what your project actually is.
Yeah.
And then maybe there is 2 forms, because maybe you don't want to overwhelm them with the first one.
Yeah.
But you want to teach them how to actually, but then we would give them, that would be the next step that we need to talk about next time, is what actually goes in the form.
Yeah.
So I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
I
think
feel
it does too.
good.
Yeah.
I feel like we're on the same page pretty surely and consistently.
Yeah.
I'm just going to summarize real quick. We talked about Seth's thing and all of this background information. I went backwards through this process. We talked through this whole thing and like what step it actually is. We could probably just take this again and maybe we'll send it through AI and have it fix and change and refine to an updated version of this so that we have a new thing to talk about next time. But maybe we just keep this same document and we're just going to keep fixing this one to the point where it actually is helpful.
Yeah.
To where this actually
is a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is a good first rough draft for a business.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the last thing we talked about was just the very first question from the first bullet point on the discussion topics, which is messenger response templates. And next time we can talk about customer evaluation form, unless we need to spend more time on the first question.
Yeah.
But until we have this in an updated form, I think that's good enough for what we talked about and needed to talk about today.
Yeah, I agree. Sweet.
Any other closing thoughts that you want on film?
Not that I can think of. I think from my perspective, it was a pretty productive conversation.
Yeah.
And I feel really good about what we figured out. So
I thought it was good to be able to write stuff down and not have to say these numbers out loud.
Yeah.
Not that anyone watches this, but it's like, you never know.
You never know.
So
when you're rich and famous someday and making more money than Myron, it could be.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks.
You're so welcome. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you betcha.